The movie begins in a world of Pokémon with Pokémon trainer Ash Ketchum aspiring to become the world's greatest Pokémon master with his best friend and partner Pikachu. Accompanying him on his journey are Brock Harrison, who aims to become the world's greatest Pokémon breeder, May Birch, aspiring to win the Grand Festivals and become the top coordinator, and level-headed Max Birch, who aspires to become a Pokémon trainer. Ash and the others make a slight detour on their journey to witness what few get to see. The Millennium Comet is said to appear in the night sky for 7 days once every 1,000 years. Hoping to enjoy the festival to celebrate the coming of the Millennium Comet, they come to an empty wide crater where the festival was supposed to be. Realizing they must have been too early for the festival, they settled down for the night and camped under the stars. Pikachu is later woken up by the commotion of incoming trucks, who wake up the others and watch as the festival is set up. When morning came, Ash and the others enjoyed the festival's food, rides, and attractions. After seeing the great butler in action firsthand, Ash and the others are excited about the magic show. Coincidentally, Team Rocket is also at the festival dressed as clowns and handing out flyers for the magic show when Ash and Pikachu catch their attention. Given this rare chance to get close to Pikachu, they use this opportunity to steal him under the guise of the magic show. The great butler definitely lives up to his name after brilliant showmanship with the help of his lovely assistant Diane and his adorable Pokémons Mytiana and Curlia. When Diane shows up with a chunk of crystal on stage, Max suddenly hears a voice and later realizes that the voice is coming from the crystal. He runs up on stage and explains the situation to Butler and Diane while Ash runs after him. The show must go on, so Ash, Pikachu, and Max are forced to become part of their next act. They are trapped inside a box and are given 10 seconds to escape before Dusclops destroys it with its Hyper Beam attack. As Butler countdowns to 1, they slip through the trap door and find themselves at the back of the audience, none the wiser. While everyone gives them a round of applause for a splendid magic trick, Team Rocket uses the commotion to grab Pikachu, putting him in a zap trap that renders electric attacks ineffective. After revealing their identities to the audience, they fly off with Pikachu and the circus Pokémons. As Team Rocket is about to escape, Butler orders Dusclops to use Capitata on them, which makes Team Rocket lose their grip on Pikachu. Furious at the attempted kidnapping, Ash orders Pikachu to use Thunderbolt, which frees Mytiana and Curlia. Butler then closes the act by having his Dusclops use Nightshade, which blew away Team Rocket and their hot air balloon. After the magic act, Butler explains to Ash and the others that what Max heard was probably Jirachi said only to awaken once every 1,000 years. According to legend, 2 things are required to awaken Jirachi. 1, there must be a Millennium Comet in the night sky, and 2, Jirachi must find itself a friend. Butler also mentioned that Jirachi is said to have the power to grant wishes, but to do so, it must first find a friend and awaken from its slumber. Butler gives Max the crystal and entrusts Jirachi in his care, hoping that he can awaken it. While walking back to the bus, May buys a 7-paneled wishing star from a novelty shop, said to grant a person 1 wish if they complete closing a panel for each night the comet is visible in the night sky. Later that night, Ash and the others waited under the night sky for the comet. They stayed all night, and even the festival had turned in for the night. As the clouds cleared up in the sky, Ash and the others witnessed the Millennium Comet while Max fell asleep waiting with the crystal in his arms. May started humming the lullaby their parents used to sing for them when they were little when suddenly the crystal shone brightly. They later hear a voice in their heads, and Jirachi appears before them. Diane ran to see what the bright light was about and discovered that Jirachi had finally awoken. She reports back to Butler, who has big plans for Jirachi. Ash and the others return to their car and wonder if the legends about Jirachi granting wishes are true. To test their theory, Max wished for candy, to which Jirachi looked confused. Suddenly, hundreds of sweets, chocolates, chips, and biscuits appear out of nowhere, filling the van. Butler explained that Jirachi had the power to teleport things. It turns out that the stuff came from the snack bar at the festival. When they realize it is too good to be true, a furious May orders Jirachi to get rid of the problem. Jirachi teleported May into the van, considering May the problem in the scenario. Jirachi later felt sleepy after using his powers, so they let him sleep while the others returned the candies to the festival's snack shop. The next morning, Max and Jirachi spent the day enjoying the festival's rides and attractions. Meanwhile, Ash and the others dress up as clowns to help Butler and Diane with the show. When May tripped a light stand, Max tried to help her put it back up. Jirachi wanted to play, so he took Max's glasses and played catch with Max, leaving May by herself. When Max finally catches up to Jirachi, they hear a sinister growl in the darkness, which is later revealed to be a wild Absol. Butler claims that Absol is a unique Pokémon said to only appear before a great tragedy. It starts attacking Max and Jirachi, so they run toward the stage. May summons Torchic and attacks with Ember, but it is ineffective. Ash joins the battle and attacks using Pikachu's Thunderbolt. Jirachi claims that Absol is here for him. Fearing that Absol will hurt Torchic and Pikachu, Jirachi teleports them outside the tent. Furious, Absol charges at Ash and the others when Butler uses a trapdoor to put Absol in a cage. He then summons Kirlia to use hypnosis and put it to sleep. Later that night, Ash and the others went to sleep while May stayed up to do the wishing star ritual when she noticed Butler leaving the van where the others were sleeping. It turns out that Butler took the sleeping Jirachi and placed him on a mysterious device. Diane tries to reason with Butler to stop after realizing that Absol intends to return Jirachi to Farina and explains that she has a bad feeling about this. Regardless, Butler activates the device, which forces Jirachi to open his true eye. Once he does, Jirachi can absorb the energy of the Millennium Comet, which Butler can use to create a Groudon. When Jirachi tries to fight the device, Butler uses Dusclops' Psychic to open his true eye. When the power was too much, the device blew up. May wake up Ash and the others who realize Jirachi is missing. They later arrive at the tent and find Jirachi beaten up at the center of the explosion. Max tries to run away with Jirachi but is stopped by Dusclops, so Ash uses Pikachu's Thunderbolt to break free from its grip. Worried that there is no more stopping Butler, Diane decides to take the matter into her own hands. She leads Ash and the others outside, but when Dusclops tries to stop them, Absol breaks free from its cage to stop it. Diane escapes with Ash and the others and drives them to Farina, but Butler summons Mytiana and orders it to place a tracker on the van they were fleeing with. Later, Diane tells them how she and Butler came across Jirachi. She explains that Butler used to be a brilliant scientist for Team Magma. Team Magma is an underground organization that aims to get total control, world domination, and immeasurable power. They have been searching for years for the elusive legendary Pokémon Groudon, said to hold mystical powers that can change destiny. Butler has finally created a device capable of recreating Groudon from a fossilized remnant of the legendary Pokémon. His experiment failed during his demonstration, and he realized he needed a stronger power source. After his failure, he was exiled from Team Magma and dedicated his life to one day getting revenge on the people who ostracized his work. Since then, the relentless search of one misguided man hoping to fulfill his lifelong wish for Groudon has brought him to a cave in Farina in search of Jirachi. He hopes to use Jirachi to absorb the Millennium Comet's energy and use it to create a Groudon. Ash and the others' journey back to Farina is long and tumultuous. Later that night, Diane confides in May and explains that she and Butler have known each other since childhood. She knew since then that they would always be together. She explains that Butler has always known how to make her smile. Diane wishes that once the comet leaves, she will get the real Butler back and return to their lives. As they grow closer to Farina, Max grows more depressed, realizing that the time he has left with Jirachi is growing even smaller. Ash talks to Max and explains that despite being apart, true friends will always be together in each other's hearts. After a long drive, they finally arrived at Farina, where Absol escorted them to the cave where Butler and Diane first found Jirachi. Diane claims that Jirachi is getting ready to absorb the energy of the comet to bring life to all living creatures in Farina. While Jirachi is in suspended animation, Butler arrives with his big machine and captures Jirachi again while trapping Ash and the others. Butler then uses the device to harness the energy in Jirachi once he has absorbed it from the comet and uses it to recreate Groudon. Absol and Flygon arrive to free Ash and the others. Ash and Max get on the back of Flygon to rescue Jirachi. Butler summons Salamence and chases after Ash and Flygon while Max and Pikachu try to free Jirachi from the device to buy time for Groudon to complete. Pikachu managed to offset the device holding Jirachi in place with his Thunderbolt attack and released him. Ash and Flygon then pick up Max, Pikachu, and Jirachi and head to safety. Although Ash and the others save Jirachi, they fail to stop Butler from creating Groudon. Butler later realizes it's a fake Groudon and that it absorbs the energy in its surroundings, turning Farina into a wasteland, killing all plants and absorbing every living creature. Its tentacles reach far and wide, capturing every Pokémon in Farina and absorbing it into its body. When she tried to take Butler, Diane jumped before him, sacrificing herself to save him. He later realizes his mistake when he loses Diane to the monster. It captured May, Brock, and Team Rocket, who followed them the entire time. It almost got Ash and Max, but Jirachi used his powers to teleport them as they were about to be absorbed. Butler claims that the monster is after Jirachi's energy. As they try to run away from it, Flygon arrives to help them. Butler suggests placing Jirachi on his device again, but this time, he needs to reverse the polarity so Jirachi can absorb the monster's energy. Ash doesn't trust him, but Butler claims he wants to save Diane. When Butler almost gets caught, Jirachi saves him and explains to Ash and Max that Butler isn't all bad, given that he genuinely loves Diane. While Ash and Max use Jirachi to keep it distracted, Butler will head to his machine to prepare the device for Jirachi to absorb the monster. Salamence and Flygon confront the fake Groudon to buy time for Ash and the others to prepare Jirachi for the device. When the fake Groudon tries to attack Jirachi, Butler jumps in front to protect him while Jirachi channels the energy from the device. As it falls on top of the machine, Jirachi has finally finished channeling enough energy to use Doom Desire and fly the fake Groudon into the air, where it blows up into a rain of light all over Farina. Jirachi then uses his powers to teleport everyone who gets absorbed to safety. The bright light slowly fades, and Jirachi appears before them, claiming Max has made all his wishes come true. He then requests one final wish from the group to sing him the lullaby he heard when he first awakened, as he is growing very sleepy. Jirachi then reverts to his crystal form in hibernation and returns to the Earth, where he belongs. When morning comes, Butler tells them that he and Diane will stay in Farina, claiming they both want to be together. Butler gives Ash and the others a ride into town, but before Max leaves Farina, he hears Jirachi's voice one last time, claiming that he will never forget Max and that they will be best friends forever. Although May failed to complete the Wishmaker ritual, she claims that they all need to put effort into making their dreams come true and not rely on their wishes. Ash and the others are back on the road, continuing to achieve their dreams. The end. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.